Estamos lejos de la ciudad. Las luces de la ciudad no nos llegan, ni tampoco el agua. Recuerdo bajar todos los días al río. Bajaba y subía por la montaña. En el invierno era muy resbaloso. Se caían los burros y hasta nosotros también nos caíamos. Soy mujer y soy madre de 8 hijos. Y así, de todas maneras, tenía que ir a traer el agua. El trabajo era duro, no era fácil. Para vivir es necesario el agua. Para las plantas, para los animales, para todo. En el río hay de todo. Cuando nos metíamos al río, habían plásticos, fundas, todo, hasta espinas.
My name is Daniel Dida.
Estamos lejos de la ciudad. Las luces de la ciudad no nos llegan, ni tampoco el agua. Recuerdo bajar todos los días al río. Bajaba y subía por la montaña. En el invierno era muy resbaloso. Se caían los burros y hasta nosotros también nos caíamos. Soy mujer y soy madre de 8 hijos. Y así, de todas maneras, tenía que ir a traer el agua. El trabajo era duro, no era fácil. Para vivir es necesario el agua. Para las plantas, para los animales, para todo. En el río hay de todo. Cuando nos metíamos al río, habían plásticos, fundas, todo, hasta espinas. Yo cuando me iba a lavar, llevaba la tonga. Y ya cuando me daba sed, tenía que tomar esa agua, aunque sea contaminada, porque no tenía otra opción. Por el trabajo del WaterStep y WaterStep, yo veo ya que no hay mucho peligro para mis hijos, para mi familia, para todas las personas. Ahora hay esperanza para toda mi familia, para todas las personas de mi comunidad y hasta para las que vienen de afuera.
My name is Daniel Dida, a volunteer, Kenya Red Cross Samburu branch.
Thank you, WaterStep, for safe water.
Todas las personas de mi comunidad y hasta para las que vienen de afuera.
Aún tengo recuerdos de mi pasado. Veo a mi abuelo y a mi abuela trabajando en el campo. Se me vienen las imágenes alrededor de Loja. Trabajar en el campo es duro, muy duro, en condiciones adversas, especialmente sin agua. Tengo en mi mente cómo cambiar esta situación. Veo a los agricultores con las ganas de producir, pero no tienen acceso a agua para consumo humano ni riego. No tienen satisfechas sus necesidades básicas para gozar de una buena salud. Ahora es un deber el atender las necesidades urgentes de la gente. El Fondo Ecuatoriano Populorum Progressio FEP me ha permitido hacerlo, gracias a la generosidad de fondos internacionales como los de Manos Unidas. Hemos dado el primer paso usando la tecnología de WaterStep, facilitando el agua segura a 115 familias en 5 comunidades del Cantón Puyanco. Con apoyo y seguimiento esperamos fortalecer nuestros lazos interinstitucionales y tener mayor impacto. Hemos proyectado dar respuesta a las necesidades de agua segura a 6 comunidades rurales, beneficiando aproximadamente a 500 familias. Gente saludable es más productiva. Esta es una solución para nuestros campesinos en Loja y en todo el Ecuador. El agua segura salva vidas. Creo que con agua segura construimos el futuro del Ecuador.
It's often hard for people who do not work in disaster response to understand how even in a country as developed as our United States is, how desperate people can be for just the most basic thing like safe water.
Put in your mind right now is what if you could position a certain number of chlorine generators here that could be just as vital, just as important as bottled water, chlorine tablets, and other goods that are put in the disaster. We want to try to help you kind of imagine a little bit different way to put water in your toolkit as you're doing work in the disaster situation.
It was finding some sort of tool, some sort of way to educate people that was the kind of explosion of possibility, if you will. So in the early 2000s is where our momentum with water health and sanitation began. And eventually, in about 2009, is where we realized what we were doing in the developing world had great application in disasters. And so we began to look at disaster situations and how we could give people living in that disaster the hope to take care of themselves with water, sanitation, and health. So we started out with a chlorine generator, simply manufacturing safe water with electrolysis, with salt and water and electricity. And then through the relationships that we had, all of a sudden we got a phone call from some folks working in the Ebola virus years ago in Liberia, and they said, hey, that stuff that you do, that you create, that disinfectant for water, could it help in an Ebola virus situation kill Ebola? Because we can't get disinfectant.
Because this is the way that chlorine and bleach is made. It's with salt, sodium chloride.
Nice.
So as a response to that request, we came up with this great, simple tool that could help you manufacture disinfectant anywhere on the planet just with salt and water and a car battery, but strong enough to be used for medical waste. That brought us to a whole new place of possibilities.
This bleach maker, it makes sodium hypochlorite solution that has a multi-purpose use. We can use it to disinfect water, to make clean water safe for drinking, disinfecting hospitals, disinfecting utensils, disinfecting floors, and also disinfecting the clothes.
Yeah, the WOW cart is a piece of equipment that we've developed where we've taken all of our technology. The M100 chlorine generator, we have taken bleach making, filtration, from simple filtration for getting out particles down to 25 microns to activated carbon filtration. Combining all of that with a dual fuel generator that runs off of propane or gasoline that will supply energy to the M100, to bleach making, but also to a large jet pump, which is capable of distributing water. We've taken all that, we've packaged it up into this 3 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot rolling piece of equipment. And WOW stands for Water on Wheels. The hoses are all quick connect. I can run through filtration, through chlorination, and I can take the chlorine right back out again if I want to.
Usually with our teams, we are first in on ground zero, and it's been a big problem, establishing that source of safe water for masses of people. What's surprising is how easily this technology is set up and how you can create thousands of gallons of potable water in such a short time. It was so necessary because even after days and days into this disaster, they still had no potable water.
Turn the chlorine generator on and just get a real nice little flow of chlorine going into it that will supply these 2 tanks in here that will now feed the showers and the laundries.
So the WOW cart allows us to come into these situations and help ordinary people be able to have equipment where they can supply as much safe water as they need to a group of people, as much disinfectant as they need to a group of people, with whatever water access point there is.
Without clean water, we can't do anything. We can't guarantee people's health, people's safety. The only way that we can guarantee that is through water filtration, through bleach, through cleaning every surface that you see. If it's not sanitary, there's a chance people get sick. Resources are lost when people are sick. We're already losing enough resources in a disaster.
One piece of our equipment can manufacture possibly 10,000 gallons of water a day. Well, a 747 can hold about 10,000 gallons of water. So when you start doing the math and the finances of having tools like this, it's a game changer.
Bottled water is always the first reaction, first response, get safe drinking water to the people. Bottled water, you can't cook with it, clean with it, prepare food, shower, laundry, that sort of thing. And if there's a longer term outage of the water supply, the bottled water is such a solid waste issue.
When I hear plastic water bottles, I am thinking of creating the next disaster, because we're here to clean this up and help and offer support. And if we're doing it with plastic water bottles, we're not really helping. So Wildcard comes in, and we can do this all for fillable options without all of this plastic, which, we all know that. I believe the statistic at the time is 9% of our plastics are recycled.
What I've seen, especially on the islands, is the problem that trying to figure out what to do with all that. Not only the debris they've got to remove, but then they've got to remove all the boxes and cans and plastic. That takes a lot to be able to bring in the ships and the cargoes and transport it out to throw it away somewhere. And I think that we're starting to get to where we don't have the landfills. When we have a big disaster, that's huge for the communities. Where is all that land stuff going to go?
Water treatment, emergency water treatment systems, typically there's not that many out there. A lot of times they'll be on a big semi-tractor trailer. They'll have all sorts of advanced technology, very hard to operate. You have to be an expert. And they might not even be able to get into the situation. In Puerto Rico, the big trucks couldn't even get there. And so there was this gap, both a physical and a conceptual gap of easy to operate, easy to transport, and a technology that could treat water of all kinds.
In about 10 minutes,
right,
this will turn into a pretty strong chlorine.
Chloro goes one way, sodium goes the other way.
Okay.
It separates the two. Separates the two electrically.
Okay.
For some years we've known what it's like to work in a disaster. We've been in these international disasters where we've been supplying safe water and sanitation, and we realize that there's this niche that needs to be filled, and it's between bottled water and more expensive power hogging machines that require technical support. And that's what the Wildcard brings. It brings together possibilities, it brings together some security, and it brings together the opportunity that I can operate this with my team, and my team can teach each other and others how to operate it as well.
We need to rethink the future. The Wildcard has really opened my eyes to how simple it is to eliminate and fade out all of these plastics that are really so unnecessary. I have that feeling of, I'm responsible for, how this earth is taken care of.
One other interesting thing that it's just not for emergency response. It could be deployed ahead of a situation, or like at nursing homes, prisons, hospitals, where if there is a loss of power or water, they can treat their own water for sanitary purposes or for drinking or for whatever. And so it's just not for emergency response, but it could be add that resilience layer. And one of our concerns in the agency is a wide area contamination event. Where an urban area is contaminated and they have to wash buildings down. Well, that can generate billions of gallons of water. And so you need something that can treat the water on site and dispose of it properly. Not necessarily to drink it, but just to dispose of it safely to the wastewater system, or to the environment, or to a secure landfill.
To me, the ideal would be that every city already has a Wildcard ready. Every town, every community has a Wildcard on location that can so easily be pulled out of a back closet, a storage shed somewhere, a basement at a community center, and it's set up in minutes.
There hasn't been the big event that kind of galvanizes the focus. And so with Lake Charles, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, these things are slowly bringing the concept up to a level where it's in everybody's conscious level. And I think we get some states actively involved, and just the actual on-scene coordinators from the EPA, from FEMA, and get them actually operating and taking these carts with them, and then I think we'll be there.
Our equipment has been described as elegant, and I love that. It's so simple, it's affordable, and it's sustainable. And that in itself is a little bit difficult to do. So you've got to have really smart folks that are coming together, and you got to have smart, practical folks that join up, and you got to have passionate folks that come together. And in that, we've been able to make advancements to simple solutions that might even be a little bit simpler and easier to operate and more sustainable as a result.
You know, we've been in business for 27 years, and it was amazing. You know, we've had boil orders and disasters, and then to realize something sitting in our backyard through WaterStep, so simple opportunity to solve a complicated problem, for which us is when there's a boil order or there's a disaster, restaurants don't have water, and we need it to cook, but we need it to give it to employees or even the community.
The Teddy Roosevelt Leadership Awards are an incredible honor for us. The work that we've been able to do with the government in putting together the WOW card, and we've learned so much and been able to apply that in other places. And like, you know, Teddy Roosevelt lived his life, you know, this larger than life guy that even when times when he went through difficult times, he rose up with this angst to go and do something big to get back in the game. It's that man in the arena. And the wonderful story, and I actually have that on my wall at home, and I'm reminded of that story every day. And the great thing is, as for us, we feel like that. Our team feels like that man in the arena, and we're fighting and wrestling for the men and women that are in the same arenas of despair, in a disaster, in the developing world, in places where their health is at great risk.
My name is Daniel Dida, a volunteer Kenya Red Cross Samburu branch and also ambassador for WaterStep in Samburu County. We have a bleach maker for the youth of Samburu County donated by the WaterStep. Now this bleach maker, it makes sodium hypochlorite solution that has a multi-purpose use. We can use it to disinfect water, to make clean water safe for drinking, disinfecting hospitals, disinfecting utensils, disinfecting floors, and also disinfecting the clothes. Now the youth can use this bleach maker as an income generating activity for the branch to support the branch activities. What motivates me to be a volunteer is seeing that my community is well served, seeing that the human suffering is alleviated, is diminishing. When I see myself serving my community, that is my fulfillment. That is what I feel happy about.
urban experience on behalf of WaterStep. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to have a lot of fun today, but I do want to remind everyone real quickly that there are raffle items available. You can buy a raffle ticket now. There are also auction items available. We encourage you to bid high. It all benefits WaterStep. If you ever wanted to feel good about an organization, now is the time to really feel good about WaterStep, because this is an organization that is doing positive things around the world. And as you know, we could all use a little positivity, and this is a big dose of it tonight. I really want to genuinely thank you. I want to thank Buffalo Trace. I want to thank the man to my right, who is the founder and CEO of WaterStep. That is Mark Hogg. He is the face of this organization. Mark, I always love getting with you because you're passionate about what you
John,
do.
Thank
and
you.
Tonight is going to be fun. We've got a lot of great giveaways.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a lot of good here tonight. But I think if you would, for those who maybe are casually watching, maybe they have a member of the family who's really into it, but they don't know much about WaterStep. What would you say?
Well, the simple thing is we're about providing safe water, sanitation, and health solutions in disasters in the developing world. Sounds like a little bit of a mouthful, but what we believe is ordinary people can change their lives with the right simple tools. We're about providing those ordinary folks like you and me the capability to be able to have safe water, to be able to take care of their families and their communities with proper sanitation, to be able to learn the right health, pieces and dynamics and ways. I mean, we learned that with COVID. I had a buddy of mine who works with us, Joe Jacoby. We all love Joe. Joe's big thing was, just do what your mama taught you. Wash your darn hands, and so a lot of those basic things a lot of people don't think about in the developing world or know how important those things are, don't know about germs. We didn't do that at COVID, right? It's like we forgot the basic things, and we've relearned a lot of that. So we've been doing that for years in the developing world in disasters, and it impacts lives. It saves lives, especially when you put that in the hands of those that are working in them.
So you feel his passion. So jump on board, buy a raffle ticket, bid on an auction item if you would. A little bit later on, we'll be talking to Harlan Wheatley, who's the master distiller of Buffalo Trace. And before I turn it over to Greg Heitzman real quickly, Buffalo Trace, big thank you.
Oh my gosh, what a great thing that they've come on board with us. And the great thing about doing this event is folks like Buffalo Trace, they appreciate the great world we live in here in Kentucky and the benefit that it is to have this dynamic of bourbon, but they know water and they know the power that water has in the world to impact lives.
I'm looking forward to talking to Harlan Wheatley and some great price. Let me turn it over to Greg Heitzman.
Come on, Greg, get in here.
Member. Greg, first of all, thank you for serving. Obviously, Greg, you could serve any charitable organization, any nonprofit, but you've chosen WaterStep. A lot of it probably has to do with the passion of this guy, right?
It is, the passion of Mark. I spent over 30 years with the Louisville Water Company providing water to this community, safe water, and now this gives me an opportunity to work internationally to provide water throughout the developing world, and it's just a great opportunity for me to spend time with Mark and the fellow board members. This is our 5th year of this particular bourbon-themed event, and our goal tonight is to raise $25,000. So we're going to go through the agenda tonight.
Yeah. All right.
And we've got some videos that will show about WaterStep and some of the work that we do. The key part is that auction flight number 1 will close at 7:30. The raffle will close at 7:45. And flight number 2 will close at 8 o'clock. So it's very important that you pay attention to those times. And again, we ask you to bid often and bid high as we go through this evening tonight.
Bid real high.
So
you could bid really often and really high.
Yeah.
So John, let's go on with the evening tonight. I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Yep, and what I'm going to do is hand it back over to Mark.
Well, wait a minute.
Mark,
guys.
we're going to talk about a video.
I've been waiting on this phone. Hang on just a minute. Hang on. Yeah, go ahead. Oh my gosh, it's happening. Okay, I'll talk. Okay, we're good. Thank you so much. Awesome. It's happening. Okay, guys, when I get a hamburger, I want the fries to go with the hamburger. Okay. We just got the fries. That's what we got, baby. So we've been waiting on a donor to help us out with like a surprise bonus bid item, kind of auction item kind of thing. Greg's going to tell us about that. We've been working on this for freaking weeks. This is awesome. Get ready for your fries, baby.
Come on, Greg.
Come on, Greg.
Bring those French fries, baby.
Well, real quickly, what we'll do at our close tonight, we've got 9 items that have been donated, and they'll be available for purchase. They'll make great Christmas gifts. So we'll announce that towards the end of our show at about a little bit after 8 o'clock.
So you're going to make me wait for the fries?
You're exactly right. We're going
And
to wait
they're
for the
good.
fries.
They're like your Parmesan, fries that you can get like off on the side.
Okay.
Maybe sweet potato, whatever you like that's special. That's what this is.
We got to get rolling here.
All right, before we talk to Harlan Wheatley, real quickly, we're going to introduce a video here. And you call this video the disaster video?
It's like a disaster intro video, and you're in it, John. But it's a great way to lay out why and how we do disasters and what they're for. So let's roll that.
Let's do that.
Thanks, Nick.
First of all, where does your money go? You guys should be really, really proud of the accomplishments you've had. Since 2009, it's been incredible. Over 14 natural disasters that they've come in, WaterStep has come in and made a huge difference. So your dollars go, believe me, they are used and used well. All right.
They don't even know when to expect electricity or water to come again, and are the ones that have received the least of aids. So you see them incommunicated right now. They're receiving no signal for their cell phones, television, radio. They have no written press going in there. The only news they get is from people that go by in their cars. We can have great expectations for what the Puerto Rican people will be living on the next couple of months. It's gonna be on the hands of the NGOs, of the different international organizations, community leaders, to start different processes to empower the people.
I love the way WaterStep approaches a disaster, and that's come from a lot of experience, a lot of learning from other people, a lot of time debriefing what we've done in the past. We are able to go into an area like Puerto Rico and identify good partners, identify good leaders, and then put together a training center, if you will, a training course where emergency workers can gather and come up with a wide variety of ways that these tools can be applicable to their situations.
And this is not only about providing safe water for people that were using streams all along, that were using rivers where they thought the water might be safe. It's about making this municipality self-sufficient. They won't be without water for months, and then we are going to be able to avoid a health crisis that's on the horizon.
And welcome back. We're coming to you live. It is the Buffalo Trace Virtual Bourbon Experience. Now you have a better understanding of what WaterStep is all about, we hope. And probably if you're watching, you have a very good understanding. What we are not is in the trenches like these two gentlemen here. Mark Hogg, of course, the founder and CEO. And this is Curtis Daniels. And Curtis, from what I understand, and you have the official title, but you're down in the trenches teaching people how to use your equipment, teaching them how to fish, as they say, so that they can enhance their lives, right? Make for a better life.
Exactly. Yeah, we're all about teaching and training and getting people equipped with equipment to respond to whether it's day-to-day problems around the world or whether it's disasters around the world or right here at home.
So what I think is interesting and what's really encouraging about WaterStep is it's not just about, okay, let's come in with water, let's come in with food, and let's put a Band-Aid on this. You guys can help an entire community make their own fresh water, produce their own sanitizers, and really change their lives for good to where you don't have to make that trip back. They're doing it for themselves, and I think there would be something to be said for self-fulfillment, for feeling valuable, to helping their self-esteem. So that's kind of part of what you do at WaterStep, right?
That's exactly right. It has always been our goal to teach people how to use the equipment themselves and take it out into the world without us actually having to be there.
Okay, and for those who don't remember, Mark, you made a trip to Lake Charles. Yeah. So what happened, for those who do not remember, in Lake Charles, and why were you needed?
Well, here's the deal, John. We are so used to just kind of watching these storms hit. Boom, boom, boom. And by this time of the year, look what's happening in Honduras right now. We kind of get this kind of numbness to it because one of the things that we found out in disasters is people wait for the disaster, then they respond. What WaterStep's trying to do is help people understand how to better prepare for the disaster. So in Lake Charles, what we were hoping for is the right group, the right partners that would kind of buy into how we are trying to mold, I guess, a little bit of a paradigm shift for disaster response. And that's our WOW card. And we're going to see some of that here a little bit tonight. If you were watching earlier, you saw that. But we were hoping to find the right group that could take the WOW card on the back of a freaking pickup truck down to Lake Charles, use that. We were able to utilize that with a community of 800 disaster workers at a church, huge church campus there. So Kurt can tell us a little bit more about how that happened, but we're manufacturing disinfectant, we're manufacturing safe water for showers. I mean, all these kinds of things that they would not have had without the WOW card. But here's the kicker. The wow cart, just like our other equipment, is able to be taught. You could be able to understand how to use that wow cart in a matter of hours, and then you could teach somebody else and teach somebody else, because in a disaster, you're there a week, and then you're moving on. So that was the big thing in Lake Charles. You've got these streams of hurricanes that go down that darn highway every single time, and it blows people out of their homes. And what we want to do is help people imagine how to put something there that they can pull out in the moment. And that's just what we did.
Yeah, and Curtis, before we go on here, I think you should feel good about giving your dollars because, by the way, buy a raffle ticket. Bid on one of these silent auction items, because you're not doing good for a day or two. You're not putting a Band-Aid on it. You're helping people change their lives. And Curtis, you know this. When you came to Lake Charles, you probably saw a lot of people who they were in despair. They lacked hope. Talk about the difference between what you saw when you arrived and some of the changes that you were able to make happen due to WaterStep and this wow cart.
Well, imagine being able to produce over 6,000 gallons of water per day. Feeding 68,000 people that were utilizing water that was being used to cook with, and that was just within the first couple of days. After a week, the numbers even got bigger. We were doing more amounts of water. We had one guy that really grabbed a hold of this and took it through 3 or 4 weeks of service. He took it home, and then he returned with it right back down there, and he's down there right now again.
Wow. So when you see something like that happen, the way you must feel inside, the reward that you get back is this: I made a difference. And you can make a difference, by the way, too, by giving. Again, buy that raffle ticket, bid on a silent auction item, but that never gets old. Mark, talk about that. You've made a lot of trips. You've helped a lot of people. But when you see people change from feeling like they have no hope to seeing they're looking forward to the future and seeing things change very quickly, that doesn't get old, does it?
No, and John, it's like you were saying earlier, the dynamic of being able to do something kind for somebody and reach out for somebody, which is very important, an act of compassion, an act of kindness. It's critical for us to share that with one another. We've learned that this year especially. But being able to do something that you can enhance someone's life to enhance others, that's a freaking game changer. And all it does, it's an addiction, man. It's like I got to have that again and again and again. And we build community with that. That's what the WaterStep Nation's about.
That's why we get up in the morning.
That's right. It's all beautiful.
We have a video that I think hopefully will resonate with you even deeper, to a deeper level. How would you introduce this video, Mark? Or okay, let's ask you, Curtis. You were there. How would you intro this video?
The Lake Charles video.
It's going to show you some things from that are catastrophic to people being happy and excited.
And that's what WaterStep is all about. Take a look, see for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're starting to lose hope, and just wonder if you can get through this. But I cried going down the main drag, just looking at all the churches and relief help. I just couldn't help. I couldn't believe it. Y'all don't know what that means to us.
We had the great opportunity to work a couple of years ago in the Carolinas. Another opportunity has just come up with this Hurricane Laura that blew into Louisiana, southern Texas. This whole entire area is under a boil alert, which means that the municipal water coming through the plumbing system of the city, of this community, is not safe to drink.
Without clean water, we can't do anything. We can't guarantee people's health, people's safety. The only way that we can guarantee that is through water filtration, through bleach, through cleaning every surface that you see.
In combination with the Baptist disaster relief folks, we were able to hook the equipment up, and we have been able to keep that tanker filled up. That tanker is supplying water to all of the food that's being done here, which is about 16,800 meals a day. So the water is supplying them with water, it's supplying the shower stalls for all the workers, 6,000 gallons of water a day.
Chris, we want to give you everything that you need to get people excited like you and to know that they've got tools to do this.
WaterStep has graciously donated this wild cart and purify all the water from the showers to the tank to the food service to whoever needs water. I hope and pray that, we don't have any more disasters, but we will, we'll have something like this here to purify all the water that we need and to continue to keep people safe.
We're just constantly making bleach to supply to anybody that needs it.
The fact that it has the sanitation part on it that will produce and replace all these gallons of bleaches and plastic again to throw away that's coming in. I think that it's a solution to so many problems, from distribution to cleanup to supply and demand, and everyone has a need it can fit.
It's a mini water treatment plant that we brought in the back of a pickup truck, and we set it up in the parking lot, and we're capable of supplying all of these folks with safe water.
If it's not sanitary, there's a chance people get sick. Resources are lost when people are sick, and we're already losing enough resources in a disaster.
Put those barrels away, and we have